Hello everyone, this is N.K. Sagar from Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, Bhopal. So welcome you all, and in today's session, we will discuss the next part of the machining process, the remaining part of the machining process. In the earlier session, we have discussed about the machining process. What is machining process, or metal removal process, or metal cutting process, and also we have discussed about the machining analysis of the machining process with the help of a diagram. So in this session, we will discuss about the advantages of the machining process, disadvantages of the machining process, right? And classification of the machining processes. So what are the advantages of the machining process? Yes, machining process has following advantages for other manufacturing processes. How it differs from the other manufacturing process, because you have studied many of the manufacturing process in the earlier semester. I think you have studied about the casting process, about the forging process, about the welding process, and many other processes. But how the machining process differs from them? This, yes, one of the advantage of the machining process. This increases the value of the product. Yeah, important advantage in the during the definition of the machining process. I discussed the this regarding the value of the product, because machining process is also known as the value addition process, because before applying the machining process, our material has very less value, very less cost. But when we apply machining processes on the product to get the proper shape and size, also we get the proper finishing. So after this, our product's value is increased. So machining process increases the value of the product. Machining process improves dimensional accuracy and tolerance of the component. Yes, with this is only the process through which we can maintain our dimensional accuracy. Also, we can achieve the tolerance of the components, because without machining process, with the help of casting process and other processes, we cannot get this accuracy. This process gives special surface characteristics or textures to the part or whole of the component. Yes, we have a number of tools. With the help of those tools and machine tools, we can get proper textures or special surface characteristics, right? These things we can achieve with the help of machining process. Also, we can get the good surface finish. This can be achieved only by machining process. Internal and external surface features. Internal and external surface features which are difficult are not possible to produce by other processes. Those are possible with the help of machining process. It consumes comparatively less power as economical compared to the other process. So these are the advantages that I have discussed here. Now, what are the drawbacks, or we can say as a disadvantage of the process? This process has only and only one drawback and disadvantage in the terms of loss of material in the form of chips, because in other processes there is no loss of the material, because in those processes material is not removed from the workpiece. But in this process, to get the proper shape and size, to uh, get the proper dimensional accuracy, right? We need some excess. We need removal of excess material from the workpiece. So this is the loss in the form of chips. This is the only disadvantage of the machining process. Now, how the machining processes are classified. So first is metal cutting processes. Metal cutting process, single point cutting tool, turning. Yes, in metal cutting process, we need some cutting tools. Right, with the help of cutting tools, we will be able to remove the unwanted material from the workpiece. So, in metal cutting process, we use the following tools for the removal of excess material. Single point cutting tool, in which there is a turning tool, boring tool, threading tool, shaping, planing, etc. Then next is multi-point cutting tool, in which uh, drilling, milling, broaching, and honing. Second process is grinding process. In grinding process, there is a surface grinding, cylindrical grinding, and simple grinding. Then finishing process. Finishing process, we have lapping process, honing process, and surface finishing process. The bulk amount of material has been removed from the workpiece with the help of this first process, that is metal cutting process, in which we use single point cutting tool or multi-point cutting tool. Those are responsible to remove the bulk amount of material from the workpiece. Grinding process, this is also a metal removal process, but it removes the uh, less amount of material from the workpiece. And also we can use grinding process as the surface finishing process with the help of surface grinding, cylindrical grinding, and centralized grinding. Finishing process, in which our requirement is to get the finishing on our uh, manufactured component. So in this, there are lapping process, honing process, and surface finishing process. These processes we will discuss in detail one by one. Unconventional machining process. Last machining process is unconventional machining process, in which there are number of processes: AGM, abrasive jet machining, EM, ultrasonic machining, ECM, electrochemical machining, EDM, electrical discharge machining, EVM, LVM, PAM, etc. The selection of a machining process depends on the type of material, shape and size of the workpiece, number of products to made, required surface finish, and dimensional accuracy in the product, and finally the economics of production. Yes, in the unconventional machining process, we have number of processes. So, what is the selection criteria? How to choose the proper machining process, proper unconventional machining process for the proper material. So, the selection of unconventional machining process depends on these following factors: type of material, what type of material we have to we have to machine, shape and size, what type of shape and size we require on the workpiece, how many number of products we have to produce, right? And uh, what is the surface finish and dimensional accuracy, and finally the economics of the production. So these are some factors on which the selection of unconventional machining process depends. So in today's session, once again, I repeat what we have discussed today, right? So in today's session, we have discussed about the advantages of machining process, how the machining process differs from the other manufacturing processes. So these are the important advantages. Yes. Then we discussed about the disadvantage of the machining process. The machining process has only one disadvantage or drawback, that is loss of control in the form of chips. Then we discussed about the classification of machining process. We have classified the machining process into four categories. Number one, metal cutting process. That is possible with the help of cutting tools. In cutting tools, we have discussed two cutting tools, single point cutting tool and multi-point cutting tool. Those are responsible to remove the bulk amount of unwanted material from the workpiece. Second process is grinding process, is also the machining process. Third is finishing process, in which we will study about the lathing, honing, and surface finish. And last is unconventional machining processes. And this is the machining process, the diagram that shows the analysis of the machining process, how the machining process is carried out, what parameters are involved in this machining process. This part also we have discussed in the earlier session. Also, I discussed about the input of the machining process. What are the input of the machining process? So the input of the machining process are workpiece. We require workpiece. Then we need cutting tool. Then worker, measuring instruments, machine tool, and relative machine. And ultimately, what we have got as the output. So our output is finished product and the chips. So thank you very much. We meet again in the next session soon. Thank you very